How hardcore Pakistani mechanics are in repairing. They can restore a completely broken starter motor to like new condition. Here we have a truck's starter motor rotor. It's no longer working due to internal insulation failure, so it can't be used properly anymore. Normally, it would be sent to the scrap yard, but in Pakistan, because of limited resources and the difficulty in finding parts, they do what they can to repair and refurbish. To ensure a successful repair, the mechanic begins by disassembling it. As the camera shows, this truck's starter rotor is in very poor condition. It has endured long-term, frequent vibrations, high currents, and heavy loads, which caused severe oxidation and corrosion of the copper bars. For this condition, the mechanic needs to chemically soak and polish to remove rust and oil grime from the copper bars. Before polishing, the mechanic burns the copper bars with fire to remove any remaining oil. Once burned, the bars are soaked in a copper sulfate solution to remove copper oxidation. This process takes about 30 minutes. Meanwhile, the mechanic prepares the insulation, using silicon steel as a template. The mechanic traces out the required markings, then uses a mold to hammer the insulation into the desired shape. This manual process requires high skill and experience. It also requires patience and precision to ensure the insulation is made to the correct specifications and meets the required quality. Once the insulation at both ends of the rotor is done, the next step is to cut the insulation spacers. These spacers are used to insulate the copper bars from the silicon steel and other components. The quality of insulation is crucial. It reflects the mechanic's skill when refurbishing a starter rotor. Good insulation ensures proper function and prevents issues like short circuits. Once the insulation is ready, the next step is to remove the copper bars from the copper sulfate solution and begin processing them. First, the mechanic uses a polishing machine to clean the copper bars and remove any remaining oxidation in preparation for the installation of the commutator. After polishing, the copper bars are carefully placed in the rotor grooves. Each copper bar needs to be inserted correctly to ensure proper placement. During the insertion process, the mechanic adds the insulation spacers to separate the copper bars, preventing shorts and ensuring safety. Once all copper bars are in place, the mechanic carefully bends the ends of the bars to prepare for the commutator installation. This process requires precision to ensure the correct angle and placement, so the rotor will function properly. Once that's done, the commutator is installed. Before installation, the mechanic carefully files the commutator grooves to prepare for the silver contacts. Once that's ready, the commutator is placed in position and the copper bars are soldered onto it. This is done with high precision to ensure secure connections. The soldering process ensures reliable electrical contact between the copper bars and the commutator. Once the commutator is in place, the rotor is assembled and the starter motor is nearly complete. After the assembly, the rotor is tested to check its performance and ensure everything works. Once confirmed, the starter motor is installed back into the truck and it's good as new. This is how Pakistani mechanics restore starter motors with excellent craftsmanship, despite challenges like limited resources. This remarkable skill is why Pakistani mechanics are so respected around the world. Their ability to fix even the most damaged parts and bring them back to life is truly impressive. This craftsmanship and dedication ensure that vehicles continue to run smoothly, despite difficult conditions. Thanks to Pakistani mechanics, many trucks and vehicles keep operating when parts are unavailable or too expensive. It's not just about repairs, but about reviving parts that seem beyond repair and giving them a new life. This is the essence of true mechanics artistry. The skill of restoring parts to function as good as new is what sets Pakistani mechanics apart. They know how to make the most of what they have and still deliver excellent results. Their ingenuity and resourcefulness make them indispensable to the trucking industry. This level of expertise is something that few can match, and it's a skill that's valued worldwide. So next time you see a mechanic working tirelessly on a starter motor, remember that it's a true skill and part of a long tradition that ensures the smooth operation of vehicles in even the toughest of conditions. That's why Pakistani mechanics are revered and respected all over the world.